Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my humble home in Livingston, Montana. Okay, this is one of these videos where I have no notes, no script, no nothing. I'm just talking out the you know. Anyway, I thought I'd get in a few words here about this upcoming election because today is 11/1/2020, and I do believe the election ends on the 3rd or whatever have you. I don't know, man. I really should keep track of time and days and months better than I do. But I'm going to try because I don't use my iPhone for any of that kind of crap, I just don't. I think it's stupid to use a cell phone to keep track of your time, but I did order me a pretty nice new watch. I've never really owned a good watch in my life, but that's neither here nor there. But I do want to correct one thing before I make a few statements there. The other day, the last video I did, I was blabbering about how the wife and I were yakking back and forth on whether it was Halloween and what day Halloween fell on and all that. And come to find out, we were talking about two different things. She thought I was talking about Thanksgiving, and I thought she was talking about Halloween. You just have to go look at the video. It's the last one I did. It was stupid. I'll admit wrong. But we were both in the wrong because we both didn't understand what we were talking about. It happens. When you've been married as long as me, suddenly, your hearing aids, are you hearing me? Your hearing aids start getting turned way down. Okay, now what I want to talk about, with my no script and don't know what I'm saying and don't know where I'm going with this, is this. I've been keenly noticing, because I'm a YouTube junkie, I like to watch a lot of YouTube different videos. I'm not hung up on just one thing, but I have taken keen interest in the fact that President Donald Trump has made one heck of a lot of rallies. I mean, I think like between now and voting day, he's going to do like 14 or something, if I understand that right. Well, I'm sitting here to tell you I'm a lot younger than President Trump. I'm 68 and he's 74. I got to be honest with you guys, no matter what I think about him as a man or anything like that, that's a lot of travel and that's a lot of talking to people. That's a lot of stress. Of course, I realize the President of the United States gets treated like a king and all the comforts of, the kingdom and, being able to fly around in Air Force One and Marine One and all this other stuff, But that's one thing I can say about old Donald Trump is, in my humble opinion, he's got quite a bit of stamina. But you got to realize, though, in my case, I don't like big crowds of people. I don't like, situations where I got to publicly speak. It's bad enough that I got to get on my webcam here and throw my nonsense out into cyberspace for people to listen to, let alone, go to a venue and have to get, in reality, not this virtual stuff, but in reality, and climb up on a podium and start jacking my jaws. I couldn't do that. Trump's a better man than me. My biggest gripe with Trump, and I might as well I already made a little video here not too long back and everything, but I'm just going to come around and say that I did vote for Trump. I voted for him last time because I did not want that miserable Hillary in there. And I've made crooked Hillary. And I've made several statements in the past. I didn't think I was going to vote for Trump. But the way everything, boiled down and with Sleepy Joe in there, come on, man. This dude here, I got a 2-year-old granddaughter that could run the government better than this clown, getting back to Trump, my biggest gripes with Trump is there's been several times that he's made some derogatory statements about us veterans that I haven't liked. And that's my big deal. But I'm just going to have to live with it because, this Biden-Harris ticket, what they ought to do, what Kamala, okay, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. She'll think that I'm prejudiced or something like that. Personally, I think she's not too bad of a looking old hand. What do you think about that one, Kamala, whatever your name is? But here it is with Sleepy Joe and Kamala Harris. What they ought to do is switch roles. She should be running for president, and he should be vice president. What do you think about that? I'm sure people are going, hey, this guy's not too funny, I'm not trying to be funny. I think the Democrats should have a better chance, at the election if that actually took place, But politics to me, in all my years, of course, a lot of years that went by, I never paid attention. I never voted. I didn't care. I was a disgruntled Vietnam veteran and all this other stuff. But, this is one election, and I've watched them all in one form or the other. But, man, you want to talk about down and dirty and name calling and all of this other stuff, and especially like you take this last 4 years that Trump had to endure, with the Russian collusion thing, and everybody was trying to trip him up on every what do they call that every impeachment charge that they could possibly think of and all that. Do I think that Trump is snowy white and is snowy pure and as clean as the new driven snow and all that stuff? Hell no, I don't think that. The guys like him don't get rich. For being nice guys. They just don't. I've never met anybody in my life that had a lot of money that was just over friendly. I never have. What do we got here? 7 minutes. Okay, good. But I just wanted to say that I already voted. Matter of fact, I did a video a while back and was explaining about the post office and I didn't like this mail-in voting thing and all that. I just didn't talk about who I voted for. Some of these people I didn't even know, and I just went right down the Republican ticket. And when it came to those libertarians, we had a whole bunch of them running for office here in Montana. I just eeny, meeny, miny, mo, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous when you don't know who you're voting for and what a libertarian is and all that. And this will be the last video I make, before the election, because it'll be interesting to see what happens. If you want to know what I think is going to happen, I think that Trump is going to win. Them rallies are awful big. I just don't think old Biden has the support I think that Trump does. No matter what you think of the man, Personally, myself, Trump, to me, he acts, not very presidential, you know what I mean? But anyway, I don't care. I think a lot of Americans are really getting tired of the cookie-cutter presidents that have come down the line, cookie-cutter politicians and all that. I've always hated politicians, Send young men like me off to war while they suck up the fruits of war, man, because there is money in war. I know all about it. And so there you are with that, And, and I personally, I think myself, this last thing I've got to say is I think that Trump, this last 4 years, he hadn't had it all that easy with everything in the world coming against him. And then this doggone coronavirus, this miserable mess here surely didn't help him out. And to blame him for that is absolutely stupid. I'm going to tell you guys one thing about the coronavirus before I leave here. And you're probably going to say, oh, this guy's a super spreader. This guy don't care about his neighbor. You can just kiss it. Kiss it. This is what I believe. I believe it's a bunch of bullshit. I've been telling everybody in the VA, anybody that'll listen to me, I just think it's a weird strain of flu. And yes, I realize that people have died, but every year people die of flu. You know, personally myself, if anything's going on, they're trying to kill off as many people as they can. But you take like me, I only put on them stupid masks when I absolutely have to. And I've broken so doggone many rules when it comes to this social distancing. I don't go into stores and tackle people or anything like that. But I care the other day, the wife and I run over to Bozeman because she needed a new pair of shoes. Do you think that somebody that's showing a woman like my wife a $145 pair of shoes is going to stand 6 foot away? This don't work. I don't know how many times I've been in stores in different places and we were like this far apart, you know. And I realize too that Montana and some of these western states are getting the coronavirus hit harder than early on, but you know, I still believe there's something really screwed up about that coronavirus. The way it generated itself and the way it transpired itself all over the globe and all that kind of stuff in a matter of 3 weeks. I don't buy it. I'll say this much before I close out here. You just watch. After this election's over with, I am betting you a dime to a dollar. Now, some of you want to pay attention. Some of you might want to just go away or tell me I'm crazy. I don't care. But I'll bet you as soon as this election's over with, you're going to hear less and less and less about that coronavirus. That's what I think, you know, because, well, anyway, I've got a real problem with the government because they do lie. And anybody that thinks that the government is perfectly pure and doesn't lie and all that, they're out of their mind. Vietnam taught me that. I was around a lot of them CIA spooks and a whole bunch of stuff. I seen a whole bunch of stuff that went down there that I knew wasn't right. You know, that wasn't even, you know, authorized by the military. It shouldn't have been anyway. Well, okay, this is crazy. I got 12, almost 13 minutes. I got to get gone. Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching me here and listening to this jabber. This is one of these kind of videos nobody will watch, but we'll see you on down the trail, and adios, my friends. How do I get out of here?